There is zero statistical significance.
Okay, because nobody can figure out what's being said here right now. No, there is no last thing right now. We're going to go to break.
Who is the most generous gift giver?
Oh, it's Whoopi.
I bet. Who's the most likely to pick up the check if you all go out to dinner?
Whoopi.
Who do you disagree with the most?
Whoopi.
Sonny Hostin's shocking past has collided with Whoopi Goldberg's unyielding verdict, and fans are convinced it's the end of the line. In a stunning twist of live television, decades of friendship and trust erupted into one fiery moment, leaving viewers glued to their screens. With rumors of secret deals, explosive revelations, and final confrontations, the View may never recover. Is this the point of no return? One thing is certain. Once this verdict drops, there's no going back at all. Sonny Hostin's ancestral revelation. Sonny Hostin discovered a shocking truth about her family's past on the PBS show Finding Your Roots. She learned that her third great-grandfather was a slaveholder, which clashed with her strong stance against racism.
My father's family, his family, all slaves, then sharecroppers, was deeply ingrained in Black culture and identified herself as Black.
Fans who had admired her passionate views felt betrayed, as they expected Sonny to hold herself to the same standards she applied to others. But Sonny seemed to brush off her ancestors' actions, calling them a product of their time. The public reaction was harsh. Social media erupted with anger from viewers who felt Sonny was being hypocritical. Some asked how she could demand accountability from others while dismissing her own family's involvement in slavery. Even her loyal supporters started to question her values. Critics on various news networks picked apart her response.
That this is how some people made their living, on the backs of others.
Building a narrative that Sonny was not as genuine as she appeared. At the same time, tension grew behind the scenes of The View. The lawsuit from Melania Trump, fueled by reported defamation, mixed with Sonny's ancestry drama to create a firestorm. Greg Gutfeld tore into Sonny, calling her out for refusing to face her family's own dark past. Now, Sonny finds herself in an uneasy spot, a champion of social justice who must address her own history. Will she dig deeper to find understanding and healing, or will she continue to dodge responsibility? Only time will tell as the world watches. Her next bold choice may really reshape her reputation and the future of The View forever. Public backlash against Sonny. Public backlash against Sonny soared after her shocking family revelation on the PBS show Finding Your Roots. She learned her third great-grandfather had owned slaves, a fact that clashed with her vocal stance against racism. Fans were stunned when she dismissed her ancestors' deeds as a product of its time, prompting accusations of hypocrisy. As soon as the episode aired, social media erupted with furious comments demanding she apply the same accountability to her family that she so often demands from others. Even longtime supporters felt her response lacked honesty, leaving many to question her commitment to truth. Bloggers, commentators, and outspoken critics all joined the debate, calling Sonny's reaction dismissive and self-serving. Media outlets seized the controversy, with Fox News host Greg Gutfeld highlighting Sonny's apparent double standard. He insisted she was quick to condemn public figures for their past actions, but slow to confront her own family's dark legacy. Critics posted memes, started hashtags, and wrote lengthy threads dissecting every word she spoke on The View. Many viewers believed she dodged real accountability by brushing aside her ancestry, placing blame on broader history without acknowledging its personal impact. The outcry grew so loud that it threatened Sonny's once untouchable status as a moral voice. Yet the backlash did not end on social media. Producers at ABC became increasingly concerned that sponsor confidence in The View could suffer. Advertisers disliked the negative publicity swirling around Sonny's perceived hypocrisy, fearing it might erode the show's credibility. Melania Trump's lawsuit. Melania Trump's lawsuit gained major attention when it first hit headlines, demanding a huge $100 million in damages over what she claimed were wrongful statements made on The View. Fueled by intense political differences and swirling rumors, the legal action aimed to defend her reputation, which she felt had been harmed by certain remarks. Her decision to file this claim sent shockwaves throughout the daytime television world, raising questions about free speech, comedic freedom, and personal responsibility. Critics insisted that The View hosts, including Sunny Hostin, had always danced close to the edge of controversy, using sharp humor and cutting commentary to address public figures. Yet none could have predicted such a large-scale legal move from a former First Lady. Sunny Hostin's own personal crisis, tied to her shocking ancestral revelation, only added to the chaos. When Sunny hinted on live television that Joy Behar's jokes could have fanned the flames that led to Melania's lawsuit, viewers were left stunned. Joy quickly defended herself, blaming Sunny for casting blame in all the wrong directions. In the heat of the moment, lines were drawn and alliances shaken, turning a once tight-knit set into a battleground. Meanwhile, television producers worried that advertisers would run for cover, fearing a long, messy court battle. As the legal wheels turned, fans were left to wonder if The View could ever return to normal, or if this legal fight would tear the show apart forever. Many feared permanent damage was inevitable. Sunny's implication of Joy. Behar. Sunny Hostin caused an unexpected storm on The View by hinting that Joy Behar's jokes might have triggered Melania Trump's huge lawsuit. During a tense live broadcast, Sunny suggested that Joy had pushed certain narratives, fueling a legal battle worth a stunning $100 million.
I think she hates him.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so we can all
That's a
agree on
given.
that. That's a given. I also think that she wants to take him out. She does not want to be the First Lady anymore.
The audience was shocked, and Joy looked ready for a fight. She shot back with a strong response, asking Sunny if she really believed a few jokes could spark such serious legal action. Behind the scenes, producers scrambled, worried that viewers might think The View had crossed a line. Some fans felt Sunny's accusation was unfair, while others believed Joy's commentary could have played a part in Melania's decision to sue. Social media lit up with heated debates, memes, and endless threads analyzing every word. For years, Joy's bold humor had been a major draw, and many viewers loved her unfiltered takes. Now, Sunny's remark put that style under the microscope. How responsible should a show host be for the fallout of their jokes? Could an innocent quip really inspire a lawsuit? With tension rising, Joy refused to stay silent. She reminded everyone of Sunny's recent contradictions regarding her own family's past. Joy demanded better accountability from Sunny, who had always claimed to stand for truth and justice. By the time cameras faded to black, the damage was done. A once friendly environment had turned into a battleground, and the drama was only beginning. The future of their partnership remained uncertain. Joy Behar's clapback. Joy Behar's clapback on The View became a shocking moment that fans would never forget. The live broadcast was already tense when Sunny Hostin suggested Joy's jokes might have fueled Melania Trump's massive lawsuit. Suddenly, Joy turned the tables. She locked eyes with Sunny and refused to let the slight go unnoticed. Joy reminded Sunny that she had always demanded others face their past mistakes. Now, when Sunny's family secret emerged, she brushed it off as a mere product of history. This blatant contradiction enraged Joy, who felt unfairly blamed for something outside her control. Without raising her voice, Joy calmly listed moments when Sunny had held public figures accountable, insisting they examine their wrongdoing. Joy's words cut to the heart of Sunny's shifting narrative. Viewers were stunned by Joy's pointed approach, admitting on social media that she had pushed back with unexpected force. Some praised Joy for defending herself with reason and clarity, while others wondered if she had gone too far, humiliating Sunny on air. Producers watched nervously, hoping the conflict would simmer down, but it only grew more intense. Both women stood their ground, creating a tense, unforgettable scene that quickly became a trending topic. Joy's fierce clapback revealed underlying issues within The View that ran deeper than a single lawsuit or family secret. It also exposed the delicate balance between humor, fairness, and personal accountability, a balance that now seemed dangerously close to snapping. Viewers wondered if the show could recover from this. Tensions on The View. Dramatic tension on The View soared after Sunny Hostin suggested Joy Behar's jokes might have sparked Melania Trump's $100 million lawsuit. On a tense live broadcast, Sunny dropped a cryptic remark that seemed to blame Joy for pushing certain narratives. The audience sat in stunned silence, unsure if they had just witnessed a simple misunderstanding or the start of a major feud. Joy refused to stay quiet. She stared Sunny down, demanding to know if her comedic style was really the cause of Melania's legal battle. Sunny, still dealing with public criticism over her family's slaveholding past, hesitated to answer. Viewers wondered if Sunny was trying to shift the spotlight from her own ancestry scandal, or if she genuinely believed Joy's jokes went too far. Producers backstage panicked, uncertain whether to cut to commercial or let the conflict continue. Social media lit up with instant reactions, memes, and scorching opinions. Some blamed Joy for crossing a line. Others demanded Sunny take responsibility for her own actions before pointing fingers at others. The temporary calm on set quickly vanished. Emotions flared as Joy fired back with a powerful reminder of Sunny's past demands for moral accountability. Meanwhile, Sunny tried to defend her stance, but the tension only grew thicker. By the time the show ended, it was clear this argument was far from solved. Fans were left wondering if The View could recover from this explosive rift between two of its most outspoken hosts. Social media and media frenzy. Sunny Hostin's shocking family discovery on a PBS show set off a storm on social media.
They moved to Puerto Rico is because the slave trade had been sort of canceled in Spain and then Curacao, and then they moved all of their slaves to.
She revealed her third great-grandfather was a slaveholder, contradicting her strong criticisms of racism. The public erupted with harsh words, calling her stance hypocritical. People posted tweets, memes, and long threads demanding she accept the same accountability she expected from other figures. Even longtime fans were stunned. Meanwhile, news stations latched onto the story, fueling a media frenzy. Fox News host Greg Gutfeld highlighted Sunny's contradiction, painting her as someone who only championed fairness when it was convenient. Soon, countless articles, viral videos, and talk shows debated whether Sunny had truly compromised her values. The negativity grew, overshadowing more measured opinions. Producers at ABC feared for The View's reputation, suspecting advertisers might back out. The meltdown wasn't limited to online gossip. Cameras captured the rising tension on set, especially after Sunny implied Joy Behar's jokes helped trigger Melania Trump's heavy lawsuit. The hint drew further coverage, intensifying the drama around The View. Social media thrived on the trouble, with #Sunny Hostin trending. Some commentators defended her, stating that nobody should be judged by an ancestor's mistakes, but others insisted she had lost credibility by brushing it off. The fierce online reaction showed just how powerful words can be. Caught between public scorn and personal conviction, Sunny's once firm support seemed to slip away as the media noise only got louder. Many wondered if The View could withstand such intense scrutiny forever. Impact on The View. Sunny Hostin's shocking family revelation and her intense exchange with Joy Behar have forced everyone at The View to confront deep-seated issues on live television. The show, once known for spirited debates, now sees more tension than friendly discussion. Producers worry that ongoing feuds and potential legal battles could damage the show's reputation, making advertisers reconsider their support. Loyal viewers, too, are divided. Some see the conflicts as honest and necessary, while others find them unsettling and unprofessional. Media outlets across the political spectrum have seized this story, amplifying every heated moment. Fox News host Greg Gutfeld, among others, used Sunny's ancestral twist to highlight what he called hypocrisy and double standards. Meanwhile, The View's famously bold style suddenly appears vulnerable.
I'm a little bit in shock. I just always thought of myself as Puerto Rican, half Puerto Rican. I didn't think I was, my family was originally from Spain and slaveholders.
With criticism raining down on Sunny for dismissing her family's slaveholding past, and questions about Joy's sharp humor possibly fueling Melania Trump's lawsuit, the usual lightness of the show has turned heavy. Internal relationships are also suffering, as each new accusation widens the rift between cast members. Their once friendly on-set atmosphere seems to have vanished, replaced by polite but wary interactions. Fans notice the shift in their body language, as well as the forced smiles that fail to hide growing distrust. Whether The View can recover and regain its balance remains unclear. What was once a platform for lively debate now teeters between real drama and total chaos, leaving the show's future in serious doubt. Producers fear that a permanent rift could hurt viewership. Greg Gutfeld's criticism. Greg Gutfeld's criticism of Sunny Hostin set off a chain reaction that few could ignore. On his show, he dedicated an entire segment to tearing apart Sunny's handling of her family's controversial history, calling her hypocritical for demanding moral responsibility from others while brushing aside her own ancestors' role as a slaveholder. He linked her perceived double standard to the fiery debates on The View, suggesting that if Sunny could not own her past, she had no right to judge others so harshly. His words quickly spread online, stirring intense reactions from both critics and fans of The View. Some people agreed with Gutfeld, arguing that Sunny needed to face her family's truths just as she expected others to do. Others felt he was simply using the scandal for political fodder, pointing out that he often clashes with liberal figures. Yet no one could deny how effectively he shaped the narrative surrounding Sunny's credibility. Producers at ABC grew worried that Gutfeld's comments would damage the reputation of The View, a show already under pressure from Melania Trump's rumored lawsuit and growing tension between the hosts. Many viewers wondered whether Sunny would respond or stay silent. Social media chatter grew louder, with hashtags blaming her for not practicing what she preached. In the end, Gutfeld's criticism became one more hurdle for Sunny to overcome, adding to the mounting storm that threatened to change The View forever. Lasting fallout. The lasting fallout from Sunny Hostin's unexpected accusation against Joy Behar sent shockwaves through The View that still ripple today. Once a show known for fun debates, The View became a stage for raw conflict. After Sunny suggested that Joy's pointed humor helped spark Melania Trump's massive lawsuit, many viewers felt the tone had changed forever. Producers behind the scenes worried that the heated exchange would frighten away sponsors who disliked messy drama. Social media split into camps. One side slammed Sunny for dodging her own family's dark history, while the other defended her bravery in speaking out. But Joy was not the only person affected. There was talk of staff feeling uneasy, as though a once friendly team was now divided. Even some longtime fans admitted they found the tension hard to watch, fearing the show they loved might never be the same. Meanwhile, news outlets ran with the story, replaying the awkward confrontation non-stop. Greg Gutfeld weighed in, calling out what he saw as Sunny's unwillingness to hold herself to the same high bar she sets for others. His words stoked even more public anger. Blog posts, tweets, and memes filled the internet, each side pushing its own version of the truth. As the backlash grew, both Sunny and Joy struggled to move forward, unsure if their friendship could survive the damage. The fallout on live TV. In a sudden, shocking development that stunned all her viewers, Kayleigh McEnany's reputation as a powerful voice of the conservatives and a Trump loyalist was tested during a live broadcast on Fox News. Surprisingly, the events leading to McEnany's exit from Fox News began during a live analysis of Republican primary polls a few months ago. Little did she know that her frank assessment of President Trump's chance would have a ripple effect on her career. McEnany told viewers she doubts Trump's overwhelming dominance among other candidates, especially Ron DeSantis.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis.
If you think that was all, you are in for a shock. McEnany reported further that Trump's lead over Florida Governor Ron DeSantis was narrower than previously indicated. To make matters worse, she noted a mere difference of 25 points between DeSantis and Trump rather than 34. For the Republican frontrunner, this deviation from his preferred narrative was unacceptable. What Trump did next left everyone rattled. Keep watching to find out. Trump immediately took to Truth Social, his social media platform, to rebuke McEnany. In a scathing post, he referred to her as milquetoast. His criticism did not end there. He called her a rhino, a short form for Republican in name only, and called for Fox News to use real stars rather than bad reporters. This public attack shocked many political observers, considering McEnany's steadfast loyalty to Trump during her tenure as White House press secretary from April 2020 to January 2021. Her rapid responses and fierce defense of Trump in press briefings earned her a reputation for being tough on the media and deeply committed to Trump's messages. To see her loyalty repaid with a public rebuke caught both her supporters and critics off guard, turning what was meant to be a normal news segment into a political controversy. That is not all. Recall that Trump also called for her sacking. Many observers believe he took things a bit far. Interestingly, this is not the first time that Trump and McEnany would engage in public banter. In 2016, McEnany was a CNN contributor who was highly critical of Trump. By 2021, she had transformed into one of his most visible defenders. When she was appointed to the White House by Trump, she radically changed from skepticism to unwavering support for Trump.
While in 2016, President Trump became the duly elected president, many sought to undermine him, discredit him, delegitimize him, and deny his victory.
By the time she stepped into the role of press secretary, she had already proven her allegiance, often clashing with reporters while delivering Trump's talking points with precision and confidence. McEnany admitted that the incident was not the first time she had faced backlash for comments made on air, but it was the most severe. It was also the first time someone she considers an ally would openly call for her sacking for discharging her professional duty. That is not all. She also noted that past criticism was often constructive and often came from outside sources or political opponents. This rebuke was personal and direct. She feels attacked and overwhelmed. The stakes were higher because it involved her credibility as a journalist and a former government spokesperson. For a second, let's take our minds off McEnany. Her employer suffered almost a bigger blowback, and their reaction to the crisis left McEnany rattled. Before the crisis, Fox News faced criticism for its close ties to Trump. When the crisis erupted, the network found itself in an awkward position. On one hand, McEnany was a valuable asset. Her tenure as press secretary had made her a popular and trusted figure among conservative viewers. On the other hand, the network could not afford to ignore its core audience, many of whom remain loyal to Trump. The situation put Fox News in a tight spot, raising questions about its editorial direction and how much it would continue to align itself with Trump's political narrative. According to anonymous sources, some senior board members expressed concern over the incident, suggesting that McEnany's credibility had been unfairly undermined. McEnany's mates and the general public's reaction to Trump's criticism of McEnany is interesting. Let us examine that up close. Reactions to Trump's criticism of McEnany.
Well, first, let me note, I was asked a question on Fox Business about the president's travel restrictions. I noted what was the intent behind those travel restrictions, which is we will not see the coronavirus come here. We will not see terrorism come here, referring to an earlier set of travel restrictions.
McEnany's co-hosts on Outnumbered and other Fox personalities did not comment publicly on the controversy. Media experts suggest that the silence spoke volumes. For instance, it could imply internal tensions, division, and debates between journalistic integrity and loyalty to Trump. Trump supporters used social media to defend his position or condemn McEnany's reporting as inaccurate. Meanwhile, a few others criticized Trump for attacking someone who had been one of his most loyal defenders. Political analysts on rival networks like CNN and MSNBC seized the opportunity to show what they viewed as a growing divide between the Republican Party and the pro-Trump media structure. Some critics took it further. According to them, the criticism was part of a broader pattern, the former president's intolerance for dissent, even from those within his inner circle. You won't believe other shocking observations they made about Trump. Trump seems to have formed a habit of criticizing allies when they don't agree with him. For instance, when he had fallouts with former allies such as Michael Cohen, Anthony Scaramucci, and Omarosa Manigault Newman, Trump made harsh comments about them in public. Even with the controversy, McEnany tried to remain calm and composed. During subsequent broadcasts, she did not address Trump's comments directly. Instead, she focused on her role as a political analyst. Analysts believe her decision not to engage in a public feud with Trump was a strategic move to maintain her credibility and avoid further escalations. But reports suggest that McEnany was deeply affected behind the scenes. She had built a career on fierce loyalty. The public dismissal by Trump brought a new reality. Her career and professional identity were being jeopardized by a political figure who could turn on allies at any moment. That is not all. McEnany spent most of her term as White House press secretary clashing with mainstream media over issues such as COVID-19, the Black Lives Matter movement, and the 2020 election results.
What he's doing is he's offering a choice to the American people. We had a novel virus come in from China. The American people have a choice. Open the country safely with President Trump.
Even after leaving the White House, McEnany frequently praised Trump on Fox News, describing him as the future of the Republican Party. She also defended his policies as beneficial to America, advocating for his leadership style and dismissing criticisms as media bias. This consistent support made her one of the most prominent defenders of his legacy on television. Observers also noted that Trump never once endorsed McEnany's Fox News career. Instead, her loyalty was taken for granted. McEnany Aslow complained about Trump's double standards. For instance, figures such as Rudy Giuliani, Steve Bannon, and Marjorie Taylor Greene had, at various points, departed from Trump's narrative, but surprisingly, he forgave them. McEnany did not enjoy the same leniency. McEnany also feels offended because Trump refused to offer an apology or retraction following the milquetoast comment. Political commentators believe their relationship was never built on mutual respect, but utility. The reaction of conservative media outlets also surprised everyone. How did they respond? Did they offer any support to McEnany? Get ready as we reveal the disappointing response from fellow conservative media outlets. Conservative outlets like Newsmax and Breitbart did not discuss the incident, while mainstream networks such as CNN and MSNBC seized the opportunity to attack both McEnany and Trump. We mentioned earlier that she regularly works with liberal outlets like CNN. When the controversy started, she became a target of liberal attacks without any support from her conservative relatives. Perhaps the saddest part is that many doubt whether McEnany's position at Fox News will be sustainable in the long term. Some sources say her association with Trump was her greatest strength and now her biggest liability. While her career and future hangs in the balance, Fox executives still struggle to respond without offending their pro-Trump audience or their commitment to credible journalism. Impacts of Trump's attack on McEnany and her future path. While Fox News has traditionally been viewed as a pro-Trump network, its audience is now more fragmented. Competing networks like Newsmax and One America News Network cater to viewers seeking unfiltered pro-Trump content. At the same time, Fox has increasingly positioned itself as a larger conservative platform, willing to feature dissenting voices within the Republican Party. For instance, this year's GOP primary was marked by increasing polarization, with some factions remaining fiercely loyal to Trump, while others supporting figures like Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley.
Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis has expressed interest in being Donald Trump's pick for defense secretary.
Prominent Republicans expressed concern over Trump's public attack on McEnany. Many viewed McEnany as a dedicated conservative who faithfully served the party and the Trump administration. The incident raised alarms about Trump's treatment of former allies and whether his approach to loyalty was sustainable in the long term. After Trump's attack, McEnany adopted a strategic silence, refusing to engage in a public war of words. According to political analysts, other prominent conservatives who had faced Trump's wrath adopted a similar approach. What happened to McEnany also raised questions about the role of female voices in conservative media and politics. As one of the most prominent women in Trump's administration, she thrived in the male-dominated political administration with remarkable success. But the incident raised questions about the challenges faced by women in maintaining their standing within a movement that often places loyalty over individual agency. Female conservatives like Liz Cheney and Elise Stefanik have faced similar struggles. Cheney was removed from her leadership position for opposing Trump, while Stefanik rose by aligning herself closely with him. McEnany's situation sits somewhere in between because she remained loyal, but was still subjected to public criticism, demonstrating the dangers of female leadership in this political environment. With Trump winning the 2024 presidential race, speculation about McEnany's future has intensified. Some believe she would walk away from television into a more active political role, perhaps aligning back with Donald Trump. Others suggest she may write a book detailing her experiences and exposing the inner workings of the Trump administration and the conservative media ecosystem. That is not all. There are rumors that McEnany could take on a more prominent role at another conservative media outlet, using her platform to shape the narrative around the Republican Party's future. Whether she remains aligned with Trump or distances herself will likely depend on how the next couple of months. As the President of the United States, Donald Trump will undoubtedly maintain dominance in the Republican Party. This means loyalty would remain a central tenet of the movement. The public fallout between Kayleigh McEnany and Donald Trump may have started with a simple polling statistic. Still, it has become a defining moment for her career and the conservative movement. As McEnany walks through the aftermath, her choices will likely influence her future and the direction of conservative media and Republican politics. Whether she continues to rise as a leading voice or becomes another casualty of Trump's political orbit remains to be seen.